So today I'm going to be trying out the NO7 Airbrush Away Foundation. This is one of those makeup brands that I've never tried before. I've tried some of their skincare items, but I have never tried their foundation, so this will be interesting. Their shade range is a little confusing for me because when I go to their website, I'll be honest, all the shades look the same. They all look like light beige. If you're going to try this, I would go to the drugstore and test it out. I wouldn't order this from the website because all the shades, according to this chart, look the same. So I picked this up for $25. Keep in mind those are Canadian prices, so our prices tend to be a little bit higher, and you get your standard 1 fluid ounce of product. What is with the motorcycles today? It's like January. What the heck is wrong with people? And on NO7's website, some of the claims read, Airbrush Away glides over the skin like liquid silk. It delivers buildable coverage while blurring the appearance of fine lines and pores. Clever optical blurring powders give a velvet-like radiant finish, like your complexion has been placed in soft focus. So if you're enjoying this video while watching it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you want to know more about the NO7 Airbrush Away Foundation and how it wears throughout the day, don't go anywhere, just keep watching. But this is the packaging. It comes in this little frosted glass bottle. I have no idea what the consistency of this is going to be like. I haven't opened this at all, so I have a feeling it's going to be a little... Hold on. Yeah, it's fairly liquidy. I mean, it's a dropper foundation, so it can't be too thick, otherwise it's going to get jammed in the dropper. I've already washed, moisturized, and primed my face, and as always, all the products I used will be listed in the description box below. I don't think I need to shake this, but I'll give it a good shake anyway. So I have no idea about the shade match. I was looking at the samples in the store, and this might be a little bit light for me, but I prefer to match the color of my neck because the next shade up from this looked really, I don't know. There just seemed to be a huge gap in shades, and the next shade up from this seemed entirely way too dark for me. Right side of my face, I'm going to use my Real Technique sponge. And on the left side of my face, I am using my CC Plus Skin Perfecting Brush from IT Cosmetics, number 702. I really have no idea how to use these things. I think I'm just going to drop some on my hand because if I go out of my way to drop it on my face, I'm just going to make a mess. Yeah, I'll just start with that amount. Whoop, it's getting a little, yeah, that's a little liquidy. Looks like a decent shade for me, but if you're any lighter than me, this might not be a good foundation for you because I don't think it goes any lighter than this. I'm not too sure about the sponge yet because although this isn't being sold as a serum foundation, I just can't help really shake the feeling that most of the product is going to be absorbed by the sponge. It looks okay. 1 second. I'm gonna have to get a hair clip because this hair just doesn't want to cooperate today, and I have a feeling I'm gonna have foundation everywhere in it if I don't pin it back. Come on, hair, work with me. Okay, that's as good as it's gonna get. Okay, looking at the finish of this, it's not like a glowy, dewy foundation. Yeah, there's definitely a little bit of a sheen to it. Coverage wise, there really isn't that much with the sponge. It's definitely more on the light side. So we'll use the brush on the left side and see if we get better coverage. One thing about this foundation, it has a bit of an oily feel to it, which I'm not used to. I don't know if I'm just imagining things at all. So this is the side with the brush and this is the side without. So the coverage on both sides looks pretty much the same. It looks the same, but for whatever reason, and maybe it's just all in my head, I don't know, I like the side with the brush better. It just looks, I don't know, smoother. Like I don't see streaks or anything, but it's just this side just looks more like skin. There's just a couple of tiny areas that I want to touch up, like right up there. And then the tops of my cheeks just a little bit. So I'm just gonna finish up with the brush. Okay, even touching up these areas here, it really didn't do all that much for coverage. I think what you see is what you get. This is definitely more of a serum-y light coverage foundation, but so far everything looks okay. The color match looks good for me, unless it oxidizes, but I'll worry about that later. I don't see any dryness being accentuated along my chin, which is typically a problem area for me. So far, there doesn't seem to be anything settling into my eye area or my forehead. So I'm gonna go put on the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. So we're calling the time at 10:06, and for anyone who's wondering what's on my lips, I am wearing the new L'Oreal Rouge Signature lipstick. And I did not realize when I bought it, I knew it was gonna be bright, but I didn't realize it was going to be this bright. But I'm going to be doing a full wear test of this one today, and I should be posting this one before I post the foundation review, so if you'd like to watch that, you can click right there. So for the rest of my face, everything, I mean, it looks okay. I don't know if it's one of my favorites. My only real complaint about this one is it just doesn't feel like it completely dries down. Like when I went into the bathroom to do like the rest of my makeup, I realized my cheeks are still a little bit damp, I guess is the right word. So I normally am not one to set my face with powder because my skin tends to be on the drier side. I had to put powder on my cheeks in order to blend out my my blush and my bronzer. Otherwise, it would have ended up looking really patchy. So yeah, that's my only one real complaint. I have to just make sure I don't touch my face too much throughout the day because I have a feeling I'm going to end up with product everywhere if I do. But everything else so far looks really nice. I don't see any clinging to dryness or anything settling into fine lines, so we'll just see how it wears. So on the rest of my face, I already mentioned the Rouge Signature lipstick from L'Oreal. On my eyes, what am I wearing on my eyes? Because the lip is so crazy bold, I just went with like a light eye look. I'm starting to try out the Tropical Days Butter Eyeshadow Palette from Physician Formula, and I just, whoops, wrong side. What the heck is wrong with me today? And I just used that little trio there on my eyes. So far, I mean, it blended out okay, but I noticed that these three were super powdery. I haven't had a chance to try out the rest of them, but it's just a heads up. You want to go in with a light brush because it does kick up a lot of powder. For highlighter, I'm wearing the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Makeup Stick. Blush, I'm wearing the Physician Formula Butter Blush. Concealer, I'm testing out an old school concealer today, and it's not going very well so far. If you'd like to watch it, you know where to click. This is the Covergirl Clean Invisible Concealer, and yeah, it's been an interesting wear test so far, and it's only been like an hour. So the next time check will be in 5 hours, and I'll let you know how this foundation's been holding up and wearing throughout the day. Alrighty, so the time is 3:53. I know my face looks a little funky right now because it gets dark at 4 p.m. around here. I'm playing around with my lighting right now, and I'm not used to working with lights other than natural light, which is what I normally use. So hopefully by tonight I have it figured out. So let's get a look at this. I don't know. I mean, do I just look really greasy to everybody? From my point of view, my skin looks really greasy. My forehead is almost completely worn away. My chin is creasing, which I'm not normally used to. And around, yeah, like this whole area through here just looks ridiculously oily and greasy. Considering my skin is so dry, I am not used to that at all. It's not looking too great. Yeah, if we keep going the way we're going, I might not have much foundation on my face by the end of the day. And remember, I set my cheeks with a little bit of powder so I could blend out my bronzers and my blush on top. That's why it's kind of catching me off guard here. So that's where we're at the 5 hour mark. I will see you guys at the end of the night. The time is 7:10. I'm still playing around with my lighting situation, although I'm much happier with how this looks now than before. So let's get a look at this. Okay, I cannot get over how greasy I look. I can see the shine in the viewfinder, but up close, it is really, really greasy. It looks like it's breaking up around like my upper lip nose area. And on my chin area, it has really worn away. I don't really see anything left on my forehead, or there's not much left up there. I'll zoom you in a bit so you can see what I see. It's so shiny. Okay, I just can't get over the reflection all over my face. Like, I'm not used to foundations having that effect on my skin. Okay, so it hasn't oxidized at all. That's an added bonus. I don't like how it is like on the verge of sliding off my face. So if you have combo skin or oily skin, I would stay far away from this one. I mean, even if you added a crap ton of powder, I don't think it would work. I'm not ready to write this one off 100%. I think I'm going to try it with powder to see how it works. I'm not one who normally powders my whole face. Usually if I add powder at all, it's just to my cheek area, just to blend out blushes and bronzers. But for my forehead and my chin, I stay far away from it because those are the areas that are prone to dry patches and tightness and dehydration for me. So I think I'm going to try this one more time with powder, and then I'll let you know in the comments section below how it worked out for me. I'm not holding out too much hope though, because it is super, super greasy. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you leave. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.